Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical Summer Bundle of June 2026. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. Anyway, let's get into this. And number 1 we have Asgard's Fall, Viking Survivors, a Norse survivors-like roguelite that throws you into an epic saga against hordes of creatures and the gods of Asgard. It is an action roguelike with a distinct art style that has been praised as an absolute gem, making it nigh on impossible to stop once you start playing, according to initial reviews. The game is built on deep meta progression and customization. You can choose from different heroes, like the Fierce Warrior or Agile Huntress, each of their own skill trees. Your hero's destiny is forged through the Web of Word, where you place powerful knots to enhance your strength. Furthermore, the War Paint system challenges you with inventory management, using runes to modify and amplify your character's abilities and strategy for each run. Despite the very positive overall reviews, this game is still in early access, and you should be aware of its current limitations. Some players find the early game brain off boring and easy, while maximum difficulty is often gated by frustrating RNG rolls and poor item balancing, leading to a slot machine feel. There are also reports of bugs, including a game-breaking bug related to the node screen, and general performance issues like program crashes and a slow update frequency. If you enjoy the bullet hell genre and deep Norse-themed customization, Asgard's Fall has a solid foundation with great potential. However, you might want to hold off until the developers refine the balancing and fix the reported technical issues to experience its full potential. And number 2 we have FURIDASHI, Drift Cybersport, a motorsport simulator built for players who live for drifting. You jump into an online world focused entirely on real time, player versus player drifting, complete with VR support, advanced car physics, and full compatibility for wheels, pedals, and motion simulators. Right away, you'll notice how smooth the game feels. Cars glide, snap, and slide in a way that's both accessible and satisfying, whether you're using a gamepad or a full racing rig. You get 20 fully unlocked drift cars inspired by Japanese, German, American, and Russian legends, along with 12 real-world tracks from Japan and Russia. Each car can be tuned down to the smallest detail, swap engines, adjust camber and tow, tweak tire pressure, and even reduce weight for a sharper feel. Visual customization is deep too. You can layer vinyls, paint parts, and craft unique designs without needing any DLC or microtransactions. Drifting feels surprisingly fluid once you master throttle control and steering balance. The physics lean toward arcade realism, letting beginners drift like pros while still rewarding precision. The sound design, especially the engine rumbles, adds weight to every slide, though the turbo audio can feel off at times. The biggest downside is that the multiplayer activity has dropped off, and the game hasn't seen any major updates in years. Still, FURIDASHI Drift Cybersport offers one of the most enjoyable, low-barrier drifting experiences available. If you love tire smokes, style, and sideways motion, this is worth firing up. And number 3 we have King of Retail, a detailed business management simulator that puts you in charge of building your own retail empire from the ground up. You start small, running a single store where you decide what to sell, how to design your layout, and who to hire. Every decision matters, from pricing and advertising to managing your staff's shifts and personalities. Soon you'll expand into multiple stores, balancing profits, trends, and logistics like a true retail tycoon. What makes this game unique is the immersive level of depth. You'll study customer behavior, experiment with product placement, and fine-tune your store's atmosphere to keep shoppers spending. It's not just about selling. It's about crafting a business strategy that actually works. The feeling of watching your profits rise after a smart layout change or a well-timed marketing push is genuinely satisfying. However, King of Retail is not without flaws. The tutorials can be confusing, and many systems are left for you to figure out through trial and error. Some bugs like pricing resets, stuck customers, and unpredictable staff behavior can be frustrating, especially when managing multiple stores. With the developer now focusing on the sequel, you shouldn't expect further updates or fixes. Despite its rough edges, King of Retail remains one of the most ambitious and immersive store management sims available. If you enjoy slow burn strategy, micromanagement, and the grind of running a business, this game delivers hours of addictive and surprisingly realistic fun. At number 4 we have the Stairway 7 Anomaly Hunter Loop Horror Game. An endless loop anomaly hunter game that traps you in a repetitive eerie stairwell alongside a cat. This game draws clear inspiration from titles like Exit 8 or I'm on Observation Duty, challenging you to carefully observe your surroundings to identify discrepancies before ascending to the next floor. The core loop requires you to memorize the environment of the initial room, acting as your template. As you progress, the difficulty spikes, forcing you to constantly second-guess your observations. Unlike similar games, this title introduces a health system and inventory management, allowing you to collect items like notes and medicine. These mechanics, combined with occasional checkpoints, provide a safety net that encourages you to experiment despite the mounting pressure. Visually, the game excels at creating a gruesome, realistic atmosphere through dim lighting, dull color palettes, and unsettling details like discarded dolls and crawling ants. This horror aesthetic is amplified by the audio design. When you wear a headset, the creaking noises and heavy footsteps become genuinely terrifying. The inclusion of a large looming shadow and well-timed jump scares ensures you remain on high alert throughout the hour-long experience. While relatively short, the Stairway 7 is a fun, polished diversion that stands out by placing you directly inside a haunting environment rather than merely observing from the outside. The addition of a narrative thread and surprising voice acting creates a compelling, cohesive experience. If you enjoy testing your attention to detail, this spooky anomaly hunter is definitely worth your time. At number 5 we have Fountains, a 2D Souls-like Metroidvania action RPG that throws you headfirst into a hauntingly gorgeous pixel world and never once lets you coast. You drop, literally, into a forgotten place full of danger, mystery, and surprising beauty. From the first echoing footstep to the chilling drip of water in the shadows, you'll feel completely immersed. The game rewards patience, precision, and curiosity. Rush in blindly and you'll pay for it, usually with half your gold and a trip back to the last Fountains checkpoint. Basically a bonfire. Combat is tight and satisfying, best played with a controller. You'll quickly learn that every dodge and counter matters. And boss battles? Brutal, but fair. You'll need to study their moves, test your timing, and stay sharp, especially since some can be tackled way earlier than you should. But that freedom feels awesome. You'll discover weapons, abilities, and magical items that change how you approach both combat and exploration. Some mechanics like reflecting projectiles feel so core that you wish they did not require an equip slot. But it's a small gripe. The storytelling leans environmental, and it works. Sometimes a mossy ruin or a quiet corpse says more than a cutscene ever could. What really stands out though is the vibe. Johnny Pywell's attention to detail, Travis Moberg's incredible soundtrack, and the pixel art combine into something unforgettable. Fountains might have slipped your radar, but if you love tough games of heart, you need to give this one a shot. At number 6 we have Knock 'em Out, a quirky, vibrant, and gruesome party brawler that provides an ideal way to vent steam after a hectic day. Instead of taking frustrations out on friends or colleagues, you can enter the arena and engage in chaotic, high-energy combat. The game ramps up your adrenaline by featuring dancing characters that rave to upbeat early 2000s style techno dance music. Once you enter the hosting screen, you step into a changing room where you can customize your fighter. The settings and controls are intuitive, allowing you to quickly get to grips with advanced tactics. You'll find yourself navigating fully functional hazard-filled factories featuring conveyor belts, vacuum tubes, and perilous drops. Gameplay is chaotic, particularly in modes like Title Champion, where you must hold a belt to win, or Bomb Tag, where you frantically pass a ticking explosive to others. To complicate these battles, various melee weapons, such as squeaky hammers, battle axes, and landmines, are scattered around the arena. It is incredibly satisfying and visually striking to see limbs fly as your warrior is pulled apart during the fight. If you lose your arms, you simply resort to headbutts. Visually, the game opts for a colorful, cartoon-like aesthetic that makes the carnage feel fun rather than bleak. The game offers a strong foundation and a unique comical experience. If you enjoy chaotic beat-em-up titles, Knock 'em Out is a solid contender that delivers plenty of bloody, high-octane fun that definitely earns its place in your library. At number 7 we have Fight School Simulator. Fight School Simulator throws into the exciting life of a martial arts master, challenging you to build, train, and battle your way to the top. You don't just teach martial arts, you build your entire school from the ground up. You set up equipment, design your dojo, and recruit students who will go from clueless newbies to fearsome fighters under your guidance. Every decision matters, from how you decorate your space to which techniques you pass down. As you grow your school, you'll face off against rival dojos, defend your turf, and even take the fight to the mafia. It is a wild mix of dojo management, simulation, action, and light RPG elements. You'll complete side missions, unlock new moves from the Grandmaster, and even compete in tournaments. The fights are simple but oddly satisfying, and the strategy around training and organizing your school gives the game some surprising depth. While performance issues and limited customization options occasionally break the flow, the charm and addictive loop keep you coming back. You might wish for smoother combat, more outfits, or additional fighting styles, but there's already a solid core here. It is early in development, and you can see the potential. If you've ever wanted to train your army of Kung Fu warriors, this is your chance. Just be ready for some rough edges, and a few frame drops along the way. Despite its flaws, Fight School Simulator is a unique, fun ride worth trying, especially if you love martial arts. At number 7 we have Backrooms, Partygoers, Backrooms horror game. A psychological horror game that plunges you into the unsettling liminal depths of the iconic Backrooms. This experience is specifically designed to challenge your nerves with claustrophobic environments and intense atmosphere. As you navigate through these procedurally generated levels, you'll feel a constant looming sense of dread. The game masterfully utilizes environmental storytelling to pull you into its eerie reality, ensuring that you're never truly comfortable. The lighting and sound design are crucial components of this experience, effectively building tension as you explore dimly lit corridors that feel infinitely vast and profoundly wrong. In this title, you'll be tasked with solving puzzles and avoiding dangerous entities that lurk within these cramped, yellow-papered hallways. The gameplay mechanics are straightforward, placing a heavy focus on exploration and survival, which allows you to immerse yourself fully into the unsettling isolation of the Backrooms. If you're a fan of horror titles that thrive on atmospheric dread, you'll find the Backrooms Partygoers to be a compelling addition to your collection. This game offers you an intense, nerve-wracking journey that successfully captures the surreal horror of its source material. If you appreciate games that prioritize psychological tension over mindless action, this experience will definitely hold your interest, providing hours of chilling, immersive gameplay that will linger in your mind long after you're finished playing. At number 9 we have CLeM, a captivating point-and-click Metroidvania adventure wrapped in a beautifully hand-drawn, quirky aesthetic. As a mute ragdoll awakening in the eerie basement of an abandoned mansion, you're tasked with solving a series of puzzles to collect abstract beauties like hope and strength, each represented by an insect. The game's setup is intriguing, blending a lighthearted cartoon style with darker, mysterious undertones. Progressing through the game, you will explore the sprawling mansion, unlocking new areas, and gaining unique powers that make revisiting familiar locations exciting. From shrinking to fit into tiny spaces to using a lens that reveals hidden writings, the variety of mechanics keeps the experience fresh. The puzzles range from straightforward item combinations to intricate logic challenges. While most are clever and satisfying, a few feel unnecessarily obscure or demand precise timing, which can lead to frustration. Thankfully, the game provides subtle hints through the disembodied voice of your mistress, though they're not always enough. The lack of manual saving can be a minor annoyance. Each session begins in the basement, but as you progress, like collected items, is preserved. Despite this, CLeM maintains an engaging flow as its story unfolds with dark twists reminiscent of the Rusty Lake series. With an estimated playtime of 3 to 5 hours, CLeM offers a compact but rewarding adventure. Its inventive gameplay, stunning visuals, and intriguing narrative make it worth exploring, even if a few puzzles test your patience. Fans of atmospheric, puzzle-driven games should not miss this delightful, eerie experience. At number 10 we have Decline's Drops, a fast-paced action platformer that blends secret hunting exploration with a combat system inspired by platform fighters. You play as a nimble marionette, dashing through vibrant stages, facing off against oversized enemies, and uncovering hidden heart pieces tucked away in every level. From the moment you drop in, the game's charm is undeniable. The premise is silly but endearing, giving just enough story to set the stage without overstaying its welcome. The real focus is on gameplay, and that's where Decline's Drops shines. Combat feels fluid and deep, with wave dashing, parries, smash attacks, and specials, giving you a full arsenal to master. If you're a fan of platform fighters, you'll feel right at home, pulling off stylish strings mid-air. Each level invites exploration, with 5 hidden heart pieces that encourages replayability. Finding them all unlocks a tougher challenge stage, giving your efforts meaning. However, you might wish the combat and collecting were more intertwined, since they exist side by side, but rarely overlap in meaningful ways. Enemy variety is decent, though many can be defeated similarly, making fights occasionally feel repetitive. The combo meter is a missed opportunity. It disappears once broken, offering no long-term reward. Boss battles, on the other hand, are a highlight. They are intense, skill-testing, and make great use of your full moveset. With stunning animation, a lovely soundtrack, and tight controls, the Client's Drops is a joy to play. If you enjoy stylish action and satisfying movement, you'll have a blast with this one. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is a solid pickup if you're looking to pad your library without burning through your wallet. With tiers 3, 5 or 7 games starting at just $5.99, it's a total steal for budget-conscious gamers. While the selection might not be packed with AAA blockbusters, there are enough hidden gems and indie hits to make it worth a look. Definitely worth snagging before it's gone. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.